Hello, everyone. Welcome to Divinely Guided. Um, Today, I will be doing a little bit of an intro of myself, and I will be giving a story time of how and why I got into spirituality. Now, um, I have been tapped in for like 4 years now. Um, I started in 2021 in May, and it's been a bumpy road. It's been a lot of trials, a lot of tribulations, a lot of spiritual attacks, things like that. It's a lot that you have to deal with on this journey, but it makes you stronger. You learn a lot of lessons and things like that. Um, Now on this channel, I will be doing sometimes I will be doing collective readings, but majority of the time it'll be personals. But I will have my email down in the description box for if people want to send in their stories for me to read and for me to um, do videos on and give my insight on them. I will be doing that as well. Um, I'm 20. Yeah, still young and still got a lot to learn. And um, it started when I was 16. At first, I kind of didn't see myself going down this path. I didn't see myself reading tarot or wearing these or touching crystals because the way I was brought up, um, my parents didn't really like believe in that. So it kind of that was instilled in me to be strictly church going and praise. I of course I believe in the Most High, but it was more so that I had to follow a specific set of rules or things like that. That's how I was raised up. So I didn't see myself, researching certain things involving spirituality or, like I said, reading tarot or anything like that. But when I turned 16 and I started dating, um, well, I met my first person when I was 16. Um, it was online. So at first, it wasn't nothing big, and at first I didn't think it was gonna turn into anything because we were both young. So, um, yeah, it started on I guess it was like a dating website or something like that. Whatever, and I was just having fun. I was just doing what I was doing, and it was this one particular guy that I met, and um, me and him, we clicked, like we was like this. So we ended up taking it off of that app, and we started actually dating. I think, yeah, it was in May. We met before, but I didn't want to give him like the time of day because I was like having fun. I was young, but yeah, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just give him, a chance or whatever. And we clicked. It was good. Everything like that. We talked every day. We like on the phone, sun up, sundown. Like every time I went to school and I came back, I'm calling him. Like we was always there's never a day that we did not talk until um he had to move, and that's when the relationship became rocky. Like we didn't talk as much. We didn't um we didn't really, it wasn't a 24/7 thing no more. It was more of like we had a certain amount of time that we could talk, and um that's when the relationship kind of went downhill from there. And I kind of noticed a change in his behavior, but I didn't really like look too much into it, I didn't really say anything because I figured, okay, well, we only have a little bit of time to talk, so I'm not gonna, beat him up about it. I'm not gonna do too much because his father was strict, and I guess, didn't. He told me that his father didn't want them to be on their devices for a long time. That's what he told me. That could have been a lie. I don't know. But I was young, naive, gullible, believe everything somebody told me. So I would let him slide, and I was ignoring the red flags because I was so in love with this person, and I thought, oh, when we gonna be together forever, we gonna get married, we gonna have kids. Like, I was thinking like that, and I was only 16. Well, at this point where the relationship started going downhill, I was 17 now, and yeah, so it all boiled down to me finding out that he was flirting with other people. He was in other people's comments, calling them, fine or whatever. And I was a little crazy when I was younger, so I had text the girl because I was going through his likes and I was going through his followers. So it was one girl that always would like react to his stuff, would always comment. So I was like, let me go see who this is, yeah, so I had went on her page and I clicked on one of her pictures. She was pretty. She was very, very pretty. I'm not that type of female. She was pretty. Yeah, very gorgeous and all of that. So something told me to go under her comments, and there he was. Calling her fine and all of that. And yeah, I confronted him about it. First I texted her and she sent me other screenshots of him talking to her and flirting and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, okay, bet. So yeah, I ended up talking to him about it and confronting him about it, and I was like emotional and stuff like that. So then he was like, I think we should break up. And I was like, what? I was like, it was funny because it's like, I caught you, so how are you mad at me and things like that? And like he was he was mad at me, like, so then I was expressing myself and telling him the relationship only started going down this path because you moved. Like, I was like, I mean, that is what happened. Like, when he moved, that's when we didn't talk much, and I was mad. So I was just like, it's your parents' fault or stuff like that. He was like, just, we argued and then we broke up. I don't even want to get too much into that because I don't want the video to be too long. But yeah, so we ended up breaking up. I reached out to his mom, and yeah, and I was telling her like, oh, tell your son that I'm sorry and stuff like that, and I didn't have no reason to be sorry because I'm not the one that was cheating. But yeah, so she had showed that to his father and him and his little brother, and he texted me. He was like, why did you text my mom, and this is that, and you're crazy, you're psychotic, and you need help, and I'm gonna get a restraining order and stuff like that. I was like, okay, cool, keep that same energy. So yeah, I was distraught, but at the time, mind y'all, I'm 17. I didn't I didn't know how to handle those type of emotions because it was my first heartbreak. So I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm finna get back on this app. I'm finna get me some options rolling. Cause like, who finna be sad over a man, a little boy? Not me. So yeah, I thought me being back on that app was going to help me, get over him, but it didn't. The relationship only lasts from May to October, but still in that time span, we grew close. Really, really, really close. Like, that was my boo. That was my little boo. But yeah, that app, I ended up deleting the app because, like, no, nobody is him. So that's when my emotions started to roll in. But I wasn't crying or nothing like that. I was angry at everybody. I would take it out on my mom, my siblings, things like that. Like, I was just very, very aggressive to suppress my emotions. Like, to keep from crying, I would be mean. And that wasn't the route to go, but I didn't know how to actually just sit and cry. Because I felt like that was crazy. Like, I was still young. I still have other people to explore. So it's just like, but yeah. So now we're going to go into how this correlates with me actually tapping into my spiritual gifts. It was this, I was on TikTok. I think it was, but I was on TikTok, and it was this lady that I came across. Sweet, sweet, sweet person. Sweet person. I still watch her to this day. We still talk. She's very, very sweet. Like, yeah. I called her and was crying. Sent her voice notes crying, everything. Like, we was close. Or we still are. And, yeah. And I saw her holding rods. And the rods are like for yes and no questions. And she was reading tarot as well. So I'm like, why is this all of a sudden popping up on my For You page? I've never seen anything about a tarot card. I've never seen anything about spirituality on my For You page until after I got out of the relationship with my ex. So I clicked on the video, or I clicked on her live, and she was doing free yes and no's. So I was like, let me just ask a question. So I was like, the so-and-so missed me, or so-and-so coming back? And she was, y'all, I was so delusional when I was younger. And she was like, she was giving me yeses, and she would pull like a couple cards on it, like, but you would have to like donate. So I used to donate, and I used to, cause babe, I want to know what you're doing. I want to know what you thinking, what you feeling, cause at the time I was in my head, I was like, we still together. So yeah, and so she was telling me all that, and I was like, oh, he coming back. I'm finna cut everybody off, and that's exactly what I did. I cut all the other people off that I was talking to, and I started to wait. And he took a long, long, long time. And I'm like, she said he coming back, so where is he at? So I started, stuff started popping up on my TikTok, like how to manifest a specific person. So I'm like, it's getting juicy. So that's what I started to do. I started manifesting him. Like, I would write. This is so embarrassing. But hey, it is what it is. I hope he don't see this. Because he used to be crazy. When I started manifesting him, he would, like, send me messages back to back to back. He would be saying, I'm obsessed with you, and I can't stop thinking about you, and stuff like that. But I used to take a piece of paper. Do not do this, okay? Do not mess with nobody's free will. Do not manifest nobody. If that person don't want you, they don't want you. Move forward, okay? And I'm saying that with all the love that I have in my heart. Don't manifest nobody. Don't mess with nobody's free will, because it will come back and bite you, okay? Leave that person alone. They gonna realize what they had. So yeah, I took a piece of paper. You know what? I'm not even no. Y'all know. Y'all know. I was manifesting, and I used to write his name on my hand with a little heart on it. I was crazy. I was delusional, but it was working because one night I got done washing the dishes, and I heard a ping. So I was like, "Who was that?" And I looked. I was like, "Oh, it's him." I was like, "Oh, okay, it's working. It's working." I said, got you. So we started talking. He was like, "Why can't I stop thinking about you? Why am I so obsessed with you? Why is that?" And that was going on for like a week. Like that energy would go on for like a week, and then we'll stop talking. And I'm like, I thought he was supposed to stay permanently. What's going on? So I was like, "Oh, you think you finna just be you talking to me whenever you feel like it and then leaving?" I did exactly what I did. I manifested him again. He came back again. And it was just like a repeated thing. He would leave and I would manifest him. And I was getting tired of that because it's like, okay, evidently you don't want, like I had to like snap back into reality and just like, girl, the man don't want you. He way in Maryland, you in Georgia. Get over it. So that's exactly what I did. And that's when I finally started to cry. That's when I finally decided to let my emotions out. Because, I mean, I cried one time. And then after that, it was like, okay, I'm moving on. Now, I started, I don't think I want to get into other I'm gonna save because I have a lot of stories, different stories, and I don't want to make this video too long, but that is how and why I started my spiritual path, my spiritual journey. Something I just felt called to do it. I just felt drawn to it, like the whole cards and crystals and things like that. So I remember going to buy my first deck. That deck is beat up, baby. When I tell y'all that deck is beat up, old, but that's my baby though. That's my favorite deck. But yeah, I went and bought my first deck, and I sat down one day, and I didn't know what to do. I was like, all right, guy, let's see what need to come out. Like that's what I was doing, and no cards was coming out. Nothing. I'm like this. Just say this to deck. I'm like, hello, what's going on? And like, like one or two flew out. And I'm like, we just gonna put you down. We just gonna leave you alone for a little bit. And once I started to actually connect to my spirit guides, and once I actually started to tap more into my intuition, that's when I was able to get spreads. And I'm like, oh, okay. But yeah, and then it happened from there. I got a lot of decks now, like a lot. I bought a lot of crystals, things like that. I'm still healing to this day. I've been through that relationship was not as bad as the one that I've recently just broke free from. And even to this day, I still kind of feel emotional because it's like, nobody deserves to have their feelings played with. Nobody deserves to be put in third party situations or anything like that. So it's just kind of like, I would have never done you like that. But I'm learning to forgive those and forgive myself, because at the end of the day, I allowed it. So when people came back and asked for chances, second chances, third chances, I gave it to them. I didn't have any boundaries. I wasn't standing up for myself. I was letting people walk all over me. So I can't do anything. I can't just put the blame on them. I have to, take accountability myself because I allowed it to happen. So, we're gonna say, because I have, like I said, I have a lot of different experiences, platonic relationships, romantic relationships, in life, period. Like, so we're gonna save that for like other videos. I just kind of wanted to introduce myself and tell a little bit about, how I got into this, and it's it's a beautiful journey. It's beautiful. Like, you're free. You are free. Like, and don't get me wrong, I'm not knocking anyone who believe what you believe, okay? Because I am not talking down on any other religion, any other practice. I am open and to different religions. Like, I'm not the type to talk down on, oh, you believe in this? Oh, I can, no. And I'm open to every religion. If you want to talk to me about a certain thing, I'm gonna sit there and listen to you because that's what you believe. I'm never gonna tell nobody, oh, you wrong for believing that. No, because if somebody come for me about being spiritual, I'm gonna let you know. Like, no, you don't. Let's not do that. So let's just respect each other's beliefs and practices, okay? And religions and things like that, and what we follow. Let's just all be respectful and things like that. But yeah, I'm very, very thankful for the things that I have been through and the lessons that I have learned and what I was put through and the things that I've endured, because now it has shaped me into the person that I am today. Like, I was beat down, like, to the point where I didn't have the motivation to do anything. It would I ended up going to college and I couldn't focus on my work. I would always go out. Like, I would skip class. I didn't want to do it. I wanted to always, like, go off. And like, I would text my ex best friend and, you want to go get some food, or you want to go to Pooler, or you want to go to the movies. Like, I don't want to go to class. And that, yeah, I didn't want to do anything. So, like I said, I will be doing another story time. I will be telling another story or other stories, because like I said, that one ain't it. It's a lot of stuff that just was happening, and it was like back to back, and I'm sitting up here wondering, why is this happening to me? I would ask that. I would pray to God every day and just be like, why is this happening to me? Like, I'm such a good person. I'm such this. I'm such that. Like, I'm genuine. I have a good heart. But I came to the reality, and I realized, like, you have to learn certain lessons. It's building you. It's strengthening you. It's making you stronger. He's not doing this because he's wanting to tear you down. He's using people to build you up. And it took me a long time to realize that. So now I'm very, very thankful, and I show gratitude for the people that have came into my life, the lessons that I have learned, and the things that I have been through. Because like I said, now I know to point, like, if certain things don't sit right with my spirit, I don't continue with it. If certain people are showing me red flags, I don't ignore them. I have boundaries, things like that. So like I said, I'm very, very grateful for what I have been through. And this is not it. I'm only 20. I still have a lot to learn. But now I know how to maneuver through those certain, like, when obstacles are thrown my way, I know how to get through those obstacles because of things that I have went through in the past. So yeah, that is my first story time of how and why I got into spirituality. I will be posting more content about, you know, other things, crazy things. The other video, y'all just buckle up. Like, buckle up. But yeah, this is where I'm going to end the video. Like I said, I will be putting my email in the description box, and you guys feel free to email me with your stories, and I will do videos giving insight and, you know, what I think your next step should be, or if you need help with anything. That's what my email is for. Yeah, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.